Hello, my name is Anna Lucia and today I will be presenting you my third case, which is about studying abroad. I have decided to divide my contextualization into two parts, the first one being the actual self and the second the outer self. We will be talking about Eva. She has two Catalan moms and she has been living in a lot all her life until she started university when she went to live with her flatmates in Born. They are all studying law in the second year, and it's also important to point out that Klaus is an exchange student, so he has many international friends. We will come back to that later. Now, the outer self is very important because she is going to be doing an exchange program in 9 months. She will be going to the University of Newcastle. She currently has a B2 level, but she wants to acquire a C1 by the time she gets there. So how is she going to do that? She thought of applying to a language school, but the problem is that she doesn't have much free time because she gives private lessons once a week, she has volleyball team practice twice a week, also she has a teammate from London in volleyball, that's also important, we'll come back to that later as well, and she also has to deal with university, which as we already know is a lot of work. And moving on to the formal and informal strategies that she could use to improve her level, the first one would be applying to a language school. It would be very beneficial for her because she could have native teacher feedback and she would improve all the 4 basic skills. It would also be explicit learning. Now the second strategy, this one is informal, would be using language apps such as Duolingo and Memrise. I said specifically these ones because they are the ones I have used for years and they have always proved helpful. The main advantage of applications is that they situate meaning of words, so they give you a context. You're not just randomly learning new words without really knowing where to place them. It would improve her listening, her reading, her speaking, and again, it would be explicit learning. Finally, she could watch TV series or films on Netflix, just to familiarize herself with the Geordie accent, or just learn some law vocabulary. Also, it has been proven by some research that because students choose what they want to watch, it increases the motivation, so actually the progress is made faster this time. It would improve her listening and also her reading if she decided to watch it with subtitles or captions, although it has been proved as well that subtitles tend to be more helpful than captions. But if she reads fast enough, there's a Google Chrome extension that actually gives you both, so you could have subtitles and captions. That could also be beneficial, and it could be explicit or implicit learning depending on what she wants to do, if she wants to be more conscious of it or not. Moving on to the informal strategies, the first one would be podcast, listening to podcasts on Spotify. Actually, podcasts are very helpful. They are more practical than using the talk method, which is quite interesting. It will also be implicit learning this time. And then reading. If she uses extensive reading, she could acquire much more grammar, and it would improve her, not only her reading, but also her writing. It would be, again, implicit learning, and finally, social interaction. We've talked about Klaus's international friends, and also Eva's teammate from London. That would make her gain more confidence in the foreign language, which would come in handy later. She would be open to different cultures and it would improve her speaking and her listening. Again, it would be implicit. Now finally, this is a study plan. I am aware that she doesn't have much free time. This is just, she doesn't have to follow 100% all the time. It's not set in stone. But this would be it most of the time, mostly. She would have 23 hours per week dedicated solely to university, then 7 hours per week to unwind and free time, whatever she enjoys doing, then 9 hours per week doing interaction to improve her English, so it would be implicit learning, 8 hours per week using formal strategies or informal strategies, and then 6 hours per week using informal strategies. That sounds like a lot, but it's not that much. Now, these are the references I used for my presentation, and thank you so much for your attention. I hope that you've enjoyed it.